Hello, wonderful people on Life by Design. We welcome you to another episode of this wonderful program, Life by Design. As we keep on saying, we have dedicated this program to learning about how life works and to seeing how best we can cooperate with the Almighty God, the maker of all things, to create the kind of life that we want. We believe life is a wonderful adventure. Life is a beautiful thing. But for you to experience the fullness of the benefits and all the glories of life, you need, as an individual, to know your part, what you need to do in order to create the kind of life that you want. So many people walk through life as passive observers. We believe we must participate or take part actively in creating or building the kind of life that you want. So on this channel, we learn the techniques, the ideas, the knowledge, the wisdom, the how to be an active part in living the life that we want or in creating the life that we want. That is why we bring stuff to you day in, day out to enable you take your life as a responsibility, take your life as a business, take your life as a personal something to be able to get out of life the best that you can get. Today we are talking about your mind being a tool in this industry, in this business called life, and then committing yourself to using this tool to be able to create the kind of life that you want. If you consider life as a business, every business has a toolkit, all right? Tools that make the business work or that make the business work easier. If you go to the carpenter shop, they have their own tools that they deploy in order to be able to produce whatever they are producing. If you go to the fitter shop, they have tools. Every venture, every business of any kind uses tools. Now, tools basically are implements that are supposed to make work easier and more effective for the person who is using it. Now, if you have two different workers who are equally skilled, equally talented, doing the same work, and you give them the same tools to produce the same object, but one of the worker knows how to use the tools, but the other is struggling to actually use the tools, you can tell from the beginning that the one who knows how to use the tools will go further, will do more, can produce more than the one who doesn't know much about the tools. They are the same. They may have the same abilities. The tools are the same. What they are producing is the same. But the one with the knowledge of how the tool work or knows how to handle the tools will do better, will go further than the one who doesn't. Now, dear viewer, I want to submit to you that in this business called life, there are tools at our disposal to help us to get us where we want to get to. Whatever you want to get in life, being it good health, being it financial prosperity, being it fame, whatever, there are tools available to you, given to you by your maker to help you give the best that you can or deliver the best that you can or get the best out of life according to your own ambition and desire. And one tool I want to bring to your attention, which is actually the most powerful of all, is your mind. Your mind is a tool. Your mind is a tool. So it is very, very important that you learn how to put this tool to work in order to get the best out of it. In the analogy I gave, if you don't learn to use your mind well, somebody who has even lesser abilities or lesser capabilities but knows how to use his or her mind can go further, can do more in life than you. So it is very crucial, very critical that we learn how to use this potent tool to our advantage so that our lives can be that one of adventure, one of success, one of progress and advancement, our lives can be the bliss, the kind of happy life we want to have. All right? Now, the first thing I want you to understand is that this tool called your mind is capable of doing awesome things. Now, take a look around you. Just take a look around you wherever you are. Every single thing you see, apart from natural stuff like the sea, like the mountains, like the ocean, like those things, if you take those things out, every other thing that you see came out of a man's mind, came out of the use of this tool I'm talking about, the mind. Look at the roads we travel on. Look at the cars we drive. Look at the machines we have invented to make work easier. Look at the mobile phones. Look at all the major inventions that we have invented as a people to make life more meaningful, more easier, more progressive. They are all the fruit of the mind. So it tells you that your mind, or this thing called mind, is so powerful, and that if you learn how to put it to good use or good work, you can turn your life around. You can build something beautiful out of an otherwise ugly life or ugly existence. Now, one thing you can do to make your mind produce for you what it is actually intended to do is to first and foremost learn to control it. The mind is such an unruly beast or animal, if you will. If you don't control your mind will control you. And the first thing you need to learn as an individual is to put the mind under control. In other words, tell the mind what to think. Tell the mind what to think. Put your mind in the direction of your choice. Don't allow circumstances or conditions, people or whatever, tell you what you should dwell on, what you should focus on, or what you should think. Tell your mind what to think. That's the first and most important thing you need to master. If you don't learn how to control your mind, you can't go far. Because this tool called the mind is so powerful that if you leave it alone to operate on itself without any control, it can easily ruin your life. It can easily take you down the lane you don't want to go. So one, control your mind. Number two, learn to dwell on your goals or the things you want instead of what you don't want. Remember, we are looking at how to use the mind as a tool to make the most out of life. So many people tend to think more or focus more on what they don't want in life instead of what they want. They want to prosper, and yet they find themselves always thinking about the opposite. They love prosperity, but they think about the opposite. They want to be healthy, they dwell on the opposite. They want to be happy, they dwell on the opposite. Learn to focus on what you want. So, of course, you can't focus on what you want if you don't know what you want. So define what you want and discipline your mind, tame your mind to focus on that thing. The truth of the matter is, if you focus your mind on what you want, then the mind is activated to help you come out with ways and means of attaining or acquiring that thing that you want. It doesn't matter the nature, it doesn't matter what it is. So long as it is clear, so long as it is specific, and you give that thing to the mind, or you focus that thing on your mind, the mind is capable of generating ideas, ways and means to help you accomplish or get that thing in a record time. So discipline your mind, focus your mind, and think more on what you want instead of what you don't want. Another thing is to learn to be positive in this life. You know what? The mind is such that anything you feed it with, it will accept, process, and multiply it for you. If you feed the mind with positivity, it will generate or multiply and bring you more positivity. If you feed it with negativity, the same thing will apply. So learn to be more positive in life. Learn to see the glass as half full instead of half empty. Learn to see opportunities in problems instead of problems in every opportunity. Learn to see the light at the end of the tunnel in every situation. If you deploy the mind this way, it will be able to generate for you ways and means of creating the kind of life that you want. But if you project negativity, pessimism on every situation that you confront, the same mind will help you to be more negative, more pessimistic, and ultimately lead you to the lane of failure. I don't think that is what you want. So give your mind what you want. Be more positive. Be more positive. No matter what you go through, look at the brighter side of life. Look at the lighter side of life. You don't need to interpret things in a way that goes against you. That's the next thing I want to talk about. Learn to label things right. Learn to give interpretation to things in a way that will empower you and not in a way that will disempower you. Whatever you confront, whatever you meet in life, the label you give to it, the interpretation you will give to it, will determine what will come out of it. Whether you come out victorious or you come out as a victim, it depends on the labeling. So learn to label issues in your life in a way that will empower you to help you run the race of life in a more positive, in a more productive way. So watch your labeling, watch the way you call things. No matter what happens in your way or on your way, label it as something that is working for you. Because the truth of the matter is, life happens for you and not to you. Life happens for you. Everything you meet, everything you encounter in this life, it is working for you. It is not going against you. It is not sent to destroy you. It is working for you. But you need to have that mindset, that perspective in life as you move on, so your mind can give you or can help you create a kind of life that you want. So folks, I want you to take a critical look at this powerful tool we are talking about here. With the mind, you can turn hell to heaven. With the same mind, you can turn heaven to hell. There are a lot of people who found themselves in desperate situations, miserable conditions, who have worked out their life to the top. And there are those who once found themselves at the top, who are now at the bottom, struggling to rise up. All these things are dynamics of how the mind works. No matter where you find yourself, with the help of the mind, with the help of your inner being, you can work things out. The image you always project to the mind, you always project in front of the mind, is the image that will be finally reflected in your outer world. So be careful with the images you show your mind. Your mind is a powerful tool. If there's one tool you need to learn how to handle in this journey called life, if there's one tool you need to spend time and learn how to handle in this business called life, it is your mind. The Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You cannot be different from the way you think. As a man thinks, so is he. So who are you, or what are you? It's a reflection of how your mind is working. And of course, you cannot change the effects if you leave the cause untouched. So the mind happens to be the cause of man's circumstances. That is why it is so important, so powerful, so potent. You cannot leave it alone. If all you do in life is to learn about how the mind works and to learn about how to take control of your mind, that will be enough. If that is all you learn in life, it will be enough. It will be enough. So learn, commit yourself, put more effort into understanding how this mind works and how to deploy the potential of the mind to your advantage. Because I believe no matter where you are in life, if you learn how to use your mind right, you can turn the situations around. Yes, you can. Give it a try. I want to urge you and encourage you that don't lose hope wherever you are at this point in your life. Don't be desperate. Don't feel hopeless. The problem you are facing, the answers exist in mind. The situation you are going through, the solution exists, they exist in mind. Learn to tap into your mind. Learn to utilize the powerful tool of the mind. And little by little, step by step, you will turn situations around. You will turn desert into forest, and you turn hopeless situations into a very beautiful one. I hope this blesses you. Of course, this is Life by Design, and I believe that as you put some of these things into practice, your life will never be the same again. I will come your way again with another thought-provoking topic, with another educative and encouraging topic, so that together we learn to make our life the way we want it to be, to create the kind of life that we want, to take our life from one level of glory to the next, so that we can be what God intended us to be. God richly bless you, and I hope to see you in the next video.